Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another Weed for Free. So here I am at my son's house again, and I have picked another area. Hopefully I didn't bite off more than I can chew. So let me show you. Okay, so this is the shed. Now this is the tree that I cleaned all around last time you saw, and my husband's over there getting ready to make another fire again because we have a lot of brush to burn. So here's the area that I'm going to work on. I'm going to go from this railroad tie to that tree, straight across to that tree, and then everything forward so that it'll be this section from that tree to that railroad tie all the way to this tree. So from this tree to that tree and everything this way. We'll see how it goes. So it's between these two trees that I'm pointing at that I'm going to attempt. Okay, spoiler alert right off the bat. I only got 2/3 of the way done with this rectangle, but it was a lot, and it was 6 hours. And my hamstrings were sore, and my hands and fingers were sore the next day or two. But other than that, everything was awesome. And so I will just let you watch this little transformation here, and I will read some of your comments from my last video that I did over here. Okay, I got something in my eye, so I had to take a break, but I'm looking at my line and let's see, it's not exactly straight. So I'm going to straighten that up a little bit. I think I'm going to do the same thing with the other tree and make a straight line from that tree to the car. Before I start reading some of your comments, I just wanted to say what it is I'm working. So a lot of this is moss, and that's easy to like pick up, but it's kind of hard to rake because you have to really pull. Like my rake is plastic, and like it doesn't dig in enough. The spokes, or whatever you call the claw fingers, aren't like long enough, so it takes like a lot of pressure to pull it up. So sometimes it's easier just to bend over and pick it up. Okay, that line is much straighter. So now I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go from here over to here, and I'm going to make another straight line from here to there. And then the other part of what this is are these prickly vines. And they're kind of easy to pull out. When you pull one, they just unravel like 2 feet away. So anyway, that's mostly what it is. Okay, it's time for a water break. So last week when I did a video in this yard, Violet Sky 505 posted, "What a beautiful yard. Yard work is hard work, but the payoff is worth it. I love the mountain views at the beginning. Nature is so healing." True. Okay, now I think I might go from that tree to that tree, and then I will have created somewhat of a rectangle. Or, I mean, I could go from here, like where I'm standing, like over to that railroad tie where I started, and make like a better line. That'd probably be easier. I think I'll do that. So let me move you like this, and then I'll just kind of go in a straight line from here where I started in that dirt spot straight. And Pierrette says, I like this style of filming. We get to watch the work while you catch us up on what's going on in your life. My husband loved working on our property when we had 10 acres. Wow, can you imagine? He was just like your husband, cutting down trees and such. He found a buried grill of an old truck the previous owner left. We didn't find anything like that. The first year, he gathered a very large pile of debris, and we waited until the New Year's Eve to have a great big bonfire and fireworks. That sounds cool. It was very cold out, but the fire kept us warm. Oh. He's 62 now and having issues with his legs, so he can't do as much. Enjoy it while you can. Ain't that the truth? We need to talk. So I got this moss here. And it's hard to rake, but if I was stronger, it'd be easier. But it's easy to pick up. I mean, look. Grandma Sandy and Sharon from Sherry's Fairies would like this for their fairy gardens. It's like, I just don't know if I should waste my time. I don't want to run out of energy raking moss. And I don't want to bend over. I could get some squats in, I guess. Okay, let me try this. I would get sore fast if I kept that up. It would look better for my rectangle. But I have a lot of other work to do, so I can't decide if I should continue with all this moss or if I should start working on getting rid of these saplings in between my two trees. Okay, so it's between this big one here and this one here. All that stuff in the middle, I'll show you up close. I have to get rid of all these saplings. So I think I'm just gonna try to go straight across from here. Maybe I should put you that way so you can see also my husband in the background. Okay, let me try it. That tree's like a upside down pair of pants, actually, from this angle. Stop wasting so much time talking about what you're gonna do and do it. Urgh. What the heck? Yeah, I just cut out a bunch of extra footage. I just spent all that time explaining, I'm gonna do this. It's like, okay, just do it already. I'm sure the people will be able to figure out what you're doing. Good grief. And then the fragrance fairy says, wow, you guys worked really hard on that yard. You are so sweet. I also love that you do weeds for free and help other people in the community. That is so sweet. Man, I hope that I have that kind of energy at 59. Well, my husband's 59, but I'm only 57. But anyway, she is the fragrance fairy. I need to watch. She said she was going to be posting a video on what I can do with my essential oils that I got from a yard sale a couple years ago. But yeah, anyway, Just Do It says, I like watching anything you film. Your laugh is contagious. Oh, that's so sweet. And, okay, hold on. She's picking up sticks to give to Papa to help him burn them. I'm explaining what I want him to cut down for me. I have this little red pear handle cutters, but they're not strong enough to cut through these thicker saplings. So if I ask him to borrow his, I call them lobber offers, then he just does it for me. It's a little tactic. I'm sure you guys know all about it. Anyway, back to your comments. Colleen Clean says, what a beautiful sunrise, and I see a really hardworking family. I am so happy they have such an energetic and cool grandma. Thank you. If you guys want to watch some awesome cleaning videos, follow her She's at Colleen, Coline, Cleans. And yes, she does not disappoint. Okay, I only have from here to here left to go for my rectangle to be finished. And Nancy says, that was awesome. So happy for them. Their new property is beautiful. Yes, I agree. And Grandma Sandy says, I watched it from the beginning to the end, and you did such a great job cleaning up that yard. Thank you. Okay. So, I'll walk my rectangle. I keep tripping over these. My husband came over and lobbed them off, but not short enough. Now they're trip hazards. I keep tripping. Here's my rectangle. Getting ready to step down. Ugh. It's kind of weird. So, this is the part I was talking about. I should probably go ahead and finish getting that moss so it's a nice straight line. Yeah, I think I will do that. And then, here we are. And then I went this way. And Daisy says, I love everything you do in your various videos. I would watch you in all of your madness. Well, thank you. Okay, now that I got my rectangle done, I am going to do sections of the rectangle. I don't want to do half. That's too much. Oh, sorry about that. Doing half is just... Let me show you how many feet it is. I'll walk it from here to here. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So, let's just say 12. I'll go 3 sections. So I'll go 12 divided by 3 is 4. So I'll just go 4 feet, and I'll just clear 4. I'll do another line 4 feet. It's easier for my brain to not get so overwhelmed with like so much stuff. Okay. Okay, I gotta show you what my son's doing now. Look at my son. He's been carrying these. This is like his 25th trip. And then he drops them right over there behind those my hair. Bushes. Uh-oh. Bad? Yeah, it's sticky. I bet it stinks. Look at that fire. Yeah, I just had to show you guys that. And Marcia says, I've been enjoying all your initiatives and I got inspired by the box of photos. If you will help your son to fix the new house or garden, I will enjoy it. So she's talking about my collaboration that I do on the first Friday of every month, which is called Photos with Friends, where I take all my photos and go through them, photo album by photo album, take them all out, and put them in chronological order into these little plastic boxes while simultaneously decluttering the ridiculous ones that are blurry or I don't know who the person is. Or sometimes it's like scenery where I don't even know where it was and there's no human beings in the picture anyway. And, you know, it's not like a awesome picture that's worth framing or anything. Just stuff like that. Yep, that's what I've been doing. Okay, my son stole my rake, so let me show you where I'm at. Okay, here's my section. You can see that line there, and that line there. And this is my 3-foot. It's supposed to be a rectangle, but it looks more like a pie shape. So everything in this section is what I'm going to try and focus on getting rid of next. So I'll just try to pick up as much as I can and pull out as much as I can. Take it over there. I've been taking it over there and throwing it on the burn pile one at a time. I got something in my eye. I don't see it now. It's the second time I got something in my eye. I need some goggles or something. I was using you guys for a mirror. And Megan says, I would have grabbed some marshmallows and a stick for roasting and have a seat until he got the picture. Yeah, so I was complaining in my last video about how starving I was, but I learned my lesson this time. And I brought food so that, you know, like my husband brought some nuts and we got some bars so that I could last until dinner, because we always leave like before lunch, and yeah, I don't know. I'm not timing it very good. I'm trying to give you guys better angles according to the lighting now, because when I look through the phone, it's hard to tell. It kind of looks like it's bad lighting. You can see my husband there in the upper left-hand corner, lobbing off more low branches. Yeah, you're not even going to recognize this yard. I should have done a complete before and after. I should have done a complete yard tour before we started, because it's already looking so much better. But anyway, Jenny says, oh my gosh, I can only imagine how sore you are after all that. Top right-hand corner of the screen, my son is carrying this big old tarp full of leaves or sticks. It looks funny when I see him do it in fast motion. I should have said dragging, not carrying. But anyway, back to Jenny. She says, I know you want to make a video with an amazing transformation and keep up with your husband, but you have to take care of you. Okay, my husband said no more pine needles and moss because it's too smoky. So I can't get rid of that pile right there yet. But here is my first third. Now I'm going to start working on the second third. It's going to be halfway between 5 sticks. So 3 large steps. So 1, 2, 3. Is that right? And then 1, 2. So like right there. Right there where my glove is. Straight back. I don't know if you can see my rake. So I'm gonna work on that line now. I swear it takes me longer to explain what I'm gonna be doing than actually doing it sometimes. But yeah, Jenny knows that I overdo it sometimes, and then I get a bad back and all that, so she's a good friend. Anyway, Megan also says, I'm just along for the ride and I watch it all, but I do find it odd that YouTube didn't tell me about your last 2 videos, but showed me this one. Yeah, I hear a lot of people complaining about that. I don't know. It must have something to do with that bell. So if you tap on that little bell until it looks like it's ringing, it'll have these little lines, then you'll get notifications, I think. So now that all the longer branches are gone, he can't carry them on his back anymore. So now he has to take the smaller ones, put them on this tarp and drag it from the back all the way to the front.
I might just go buy a wheelbarrow for the rest of it. It's all spread out over there.
This is a pretty big, huge, this would have been like 10 wheelbarrow trips though.
I know, but I don't know if it's worth it because all the effort to put it on there.
Yeah.
All the effort to get it tied up and then pulling it in one go.
Yeah.
It might just be easier to...
You're going to need a wheelbarrow anyway with this much property.
Exactly, that's what I'm thinking. I don't have one.
Yep. How are your allergies holding up? My nose is running like a faucet.
It was really bad last night. You're okay right now.
Ugh. Okay. back to my area. So, I'll show you. See, here's my piles that they won't let me burn because they make too much smoke. But anyway, here's my next line. So I'll have 2 sections left. I think I'm gonna finish my line. So this much, from here to where my feet are. Finish my line, and then I'm gonna do this small, skinnier section and save the middle section for last. Anyway, Megan says, "You're doing great. The prickly black raspberry brambles I have are horrible, and they also readily reroot too." Yeah, I don't know if these are raspberries. That would be awesome if they are, because hopefully some of them will grow back in a good area. And look at this cutie. Yeah, it'd be nice if they grew back and, you could control them somewhere in a controlled environment where you could just not have them all over your entire yard. That'd be nice. Keeps scratching her back. I wonder if she has a grass allergy like her dad. She's having one of those pouches, but kids never can get that last little bit of pouch, so I had to roll it up for her and help her squeeze out that last ounce. And then my last comment to read today is from Daisy. She says, "What is the mountain range in the distance? So pretty." She's talking about the intro to my last video where I was here doing work, but I started at my house, and that is the Cascade Mountain Range. And it is very pretty. I will agree with her. But look at this. I've got that one last little section, and then I'm going to be done. I never did make it to the middle section, so sorry to disappoint. But hopefully someone in the meantime will get to it, and if not, I will just do it next time we're over there. Yep. But yeah, this is in 12 speed, and then I doubled it again, so it's 24 speed. So that's why it took 6 hours to show you 27 minutes worth of work. Because it's 24 speed. Oh, she's so cute. But yeah, it stinks that I can't get those last few burn piles burned, because it's just making too much smoke. It's probably really annoying for the neighbors. I know if my neighbors were making smoke all day, I would be really annoyed, because I get really bad headaches from the smoke. But I was far enough away to where I'm sure that it's probably not bothering the neighbors that much, because I'm really sensitive and it wasn't bothering me too much being this far away. That's why I keep my distance from it. And it's not always smoky. It's only smoky, when you add certain things to it. But when you have this much stuff, it's not like you can just rent a dumpster for hundreds of dollars and then just keep it as long as you want and fill it up on your leisure. You kind of have no choice. But anyway, it's down to the last little nubs now. Yep, this will do it. This is my last little hurrah. Let me show you. Okay, here's what I got done. The first section and the third section. And I left the middle section, which is the biggest section and the hardest section, because I'm at my 6-hour limit, which I need to change to 5 because my hands were killing me. I'm either gonna have to do this next time, or I don't know, maybe my son will have time to finish it up sometime between now and the next video from now. But anyway, that is what I have left. So let me just remind you of the before picture, which I will show you now, and then I will add an after picture, and I will see you next time. Okay, here's that same section. This whole big area. And this is the after with my 2/3 done. And here it is again, top and bottom view. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me again, and I'll see you next week.